Very good evening to all of you. Allow me only 1 minute so that we can start the discussion. Sir, I have shared the YouTube link. I request VRS sir kindly open that link.
Yeah, sure, sir.
So I hope you can see the message. Once you confirm, then I will start the discussion.
Yes, sir. I could see live chat.
Live chat, no? So B Karthik Ravan GSTP sir.
Yes, sir.
Correct. So let me give the brief introduction about the today GST expert, Sri VRS Nilakandan ji, is a GST practitioner in Pondicherry, VRS and company. Completed MBA, MCOM, DCM, ATC, and is pursuing the CA final. Wow, very nice, sir. Publishing free GST MCQ in the Telegram on daily basis. So far, 3,625 MCQ has been published. Great pleasure to hear this, sir. Addressing various online GST meeting to the various association in the various state. Addressed in the live telecast about the union budget in Doordarshan channel, Puducherry during the FAB 21, FAB 23. Also conducted regular weekly meeting on the direct and indirect tax subject in his own platforms. Authored book GST MCQ, and out of the sale proceed of this book, donated 60,000 rupees to Puducherry state government during Corona season and donated 22,000 to the Tamil Nadu state government during the time of the Corona out of his GST classes. Very nice, sir, and very humble. Sir is a married and he is blessed with 2 children who be singing and Jesuda's song. Acha, I don't know, sir. Dr. KZ Jesuda's song. Okay. Sir, probably respected author, that singer, is it? So I welcome VRS Nilakandan sir on educating platform for first time. It's our great pleasure to have with us, sir. Now over to you, sir. Then we can start the discussion. You can unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So now I think you can see the chat, correct? Huh?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Kadrivelji. Yes, sir. And thanks, Mr. Advocate Nitin Sharma, sir, and Mr. Manmohan Singh Thakur. All are very good evening, sir. Welcome all.
So let the question will come in a minute or two. Meanwhile, yes, let me start some discussion regarding the ITC. Regarding the input tax credit. We all know that there is a circular 183 which talks about financial year 17-18 and financial year 18-19. And some of the expert having the view that it should be extended till 8th of October 2019, Why? Because Rule 36(4) was inserted on 9th of October 2019. And meanwhile, we could be able to see one good judgment of the Wipro, Honorable High Court. Then they are saying the same thing should be applicable for 1920. So could you guide on us and could you share your view to our viewers and to our members regarding this? What should be the correct mechanism or correct way? Let's say if we receive the notice for 1920 or let's say 2021, what would be the correct way? So your view, we would like to hear.
Yes, sir. First of all, good evening to everyone. The first 2 years, they have given a format, a fixed format, which is to be received by the recipient from the supplier, so as to confirm the ITC that I have availed, but you are not filed, or maybe filed as B2C like that. But in so many cases, more number of closure of business are there. Hence, the old years is still pending to complete those ITC issues, because we have claimed based on the bills and bank statements, etc., based on section 16, but we could not prove because some of the dealers were cancelled their registrations due to financial crisis like that.
Right.
And hence it's still difficult to prove the first 2 years. But in my opinion, it's always better to open the assessment and complete at least in the view of ITC, because so as to regulate so many things from fake registration, fake ITC, fake invoices, those regularities we must need. That's why it's always better to be in the assessment at least through online. I always respect online assessments because we can do from our own place with the different states, and also we have sufficient time to prove with the sufficient documents. Hence, I always welcomed these suggestions. If the government will take this, it will be more effective so as to regulate ITC and output liabilities.
Okay, sir. Sir, as I have seen from your profile that you have addressed almost 3,625 MCQ has been published. So yes, it's a unique thing which I listen. So I request before starting this session, would you like to ask MCQ to our viewers and the member can give the answer? One or two you can ask. So it would be great. Different type of the, I can say, the today webinar.
Okay, sir. Why I selected this type of MCQ? Because of we have 4 answers, 3 incorrect answers and 1 correct answer. In every question, we have very close options in my MCQs. The questions may be seems to be very simple, but the answer is always one solution for one problem only, always is there. Hence, I selected this option. It is very easy to grasping the subject in the right manner. Hence, I selected that. For example, composite supply under section 7 of CG Stat, section 8 of CG Stat, section 9 of CG Stat, section 10 of CG Stat. We know all the sections, but in which section it comes? We are always confused with section 7 and 8. It will not come under 9 and 10. Whether it is 7 or 8, it will. This MCQ will disturb me in a positive vibe, and it will take me up during my CA exams. That's why I selected. I thought I still thinking it's the right way I'm going.
No doubt, sir. No doubt about that.
I'm also, yes, sir. In my meetings also, I have prize questions, MCQ prize questions at every month end. I will give prize. I will issue prizes. I will distribute prizes to the winners.
Oh my God. So because I thought that when you are giving or when I am looking one MCQ, so at least it is the I can say for solving one question, basically I become expert for the 4 question, or I have the knowledge of the 4 questions, because there would be the 3 incorrect. So basically I am also thinking for incorrect answer and giving the correct. So basically the MCQ would be the excellent source of information knowledge, which I really appreciate. So I am saying, sir, kindly ask 1 or 2 MCQ to the group so that the people can, the team can, or the member can give the reply in the live chat. So you can ask any MCQ and you can give the 4 option and let's see the reply. Just I'm requesting.
Okay, sir.
Randomly any MCQ which comes.
Yes, sure, sir. In the next second. Yes, sir.
So would you like to share the screen? Is it?
Yes, sir. It's possible.
Yes, possible. You can click on the share and then the screen would be visible to all.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. It's opening.
Okay.
Which of the following persons can opt for compulsion scheme? Person making any supply of goods which are not liable to tax, which are not leviable to tax under this act. Person making any interstate outward supplies of goods. Persons effecting supply of goods through e-commerce operators liable to collect tax at source. None of the above. A, B, or C, or D.
I request every viewers kindly give the answer for the correct, which option is correct according to you. So this is something different way of live discussion today. I also surprised. Very nice, sir. Really great work, sir. Really great. No doubt about that, sir. No doubt. So let me see the answer. We all are giving 1 minute for each question. Please give the answer. Then sir will guide us which is the correct. एक मिनट देते हैं sir. We will give 1 minute to all the participants.
Okay.
So I hope all are visible, all are able to see the question and kindly give the correct answer.
Yes, sir. The right option is D, none of the above. Because these persons should not opt for compulsion scheme. That's why none of the above. Yeah, option D is the right option. Mr. Kadran Ji, sir, very great, sir. Most of them choose the right answer. Can a registered person opt for compulsion scheme only for one out of his 3 business verticals having same permanent account number? One person having one PAN number and having 3 business verticals, can he go for one compulsion scheme and 2 regular, or 2 compulsion scheme and 1 regular, like that? Is it possible? Yes, no. Yes, subject to prior approval of the central government. Yes, subject to prior approval of the concerned state government. Which one is right? Time countdown starts in the left hand side. Excellent, sir. Everyone is right, except 1 or 2.
Okay, what is the right answer, sir? Kindly guide.
No, sir, because only one permanent account number. Based on that permanent account number, only one option they can choose for, either compulsion scheme or regular scheme throughout India.
Oh, is it so?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Great, sir. Wow. The people are enjoying also and the people are giving the answer also. Very nice, sir. Almost 15-20 participants. Oh, great.
What is the threshold limit of turnover in the preceding financial year for opting to pay tax under the compulsion scheme? 20 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 1.5 crores, None of the above. Everyone knows this because it's very simple question and basic.
What is the threshold limit of the turnover and in
Yes.
the preceding financial year to opt to the tax cost amortization? Okay.
Super. Everyone is very user. Still, it is 4 o'clock.
So they are saying it's option C.
Yes, sir.
So Nitin Sharma ji is saying MCQ presentation is awesome. Timer and person comes at last. Wow, really appreciated. This is first time happening, sir. And it's really interesting and eye opener for all.
Thank you, sir. As everyone said, option C is the right option. Congratulations to everyone.
Oh my God. Presentation way is also excellent, sir.
Thank you, sir. What is the rate applicable under CGST to a registered person being a manufacturer opting to pay taxes under the compulsion scheme? Manufacturer, CGST rate. Two things we have to see. 2.5%, 0.5%, 0%, no compulsion for manufacturer.
No compulsion for
Thank you, Mr. Raja, sir. Thank you, Mr. Kadirvan, sir. And thanks, Mr. Vinod, sir. And thanks, Mr. Srinivasan Radhakrishnan, sir. %1% is the total tax. Here, I have asked about CGST only, and hence 0.5%.
oh. correct. So why the people are thinking that why not 1% option is there?
Yes, sir.
Correct. So you are asking CGST, and that is the reason it is only 0.5. Very
Yes,
nice.
sir. Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, sir. There may be some affirmative question or opposite question. It will confuse us.
Okay.
Yes. Can compulsion scheme be availed if the registered person effects interstate supplies? If interstate supply simply gives it is implied as interstate outward supplies. Yes, no, yes, subject to prior approval of the central government. Yes, subject to prior approval of the concerned state government. Can the compulsion scheme be availed if the registered person affects interstate supplies? This is only related to compulsion scheme, like that I have stated. Great. Everyone is very pakka, sir. Excellent, sir. It gives more confidence to us towards the subject. No is the right option. Interstate outward supplies, the compulsion scheme dealer could not. Mr. Richard, a trader in Delhi, has opted for the compulsion scheme of taxation under GST. Determine the rate of total GST payable by him under the compulsion scheme. A trader, total GST payable, compulsion scheme. Super. 0.5% of CGST and 0.5% of AGST. Option A is the right option. Excellent, excellent, excellent to everyone. Congrats to everyone. Everyone is right. Can a registered person under composition scheme claim input tax credit? Yes, no. Input tax credit on inward supply of goods only can be claimed. Input tax credit on inward supply of services only can be claimed. Super, super, super. Everyone is right, sir. My questions, I think it's very simple. Very good, very good. Excellent, excellent to everyone. The no is the right answer. Option B is the right option. Aggregate turnover limit for opting composition scheme in special category states other than Assam, Himachal Pradesh, and Jammu Kashmir.
Can we take some from more other chapters also, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's would be the great question of all
okay, I will change to the next chapter after this question, sir.
Please, please. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Excellent, sir. Excellent, sir. Excellent, sir. 1.5 crores is for the normal states, and for the special states, it is 75 lakhs. Option A is the right option.
Superb chapter, sir. This is really.
Thank you, sir. Dash of the Constitution provides that no tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law. Article 254, Article 245, Article 265, Article 256. This is something fishy, yes, sir. Just please try, nothing wrong with that. The right option is 265. Article 265 of the Constitution provides that no tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law. Without authority of law, we could not collect or we could not levy. We should not levy or we should not collect the tax under GST. This is as per the article of the Constitution 265. What are the taxes levied on an intrastate supplies? Everyone knows. CGST and SGST. Option D is the right option. Intrastate. means the same state, supply within the state. What is the maximum rate prescribed under CGST Act? Every word is a keyword. Superb, 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 sir, superb, sir. In fact, I have 2000 questions, sir, like this, chapter wise and questions from all the chapters.
Oh, great.
Yes, sir. With the different designs, sir, so as to view in better way. 20% under CGST Act is the maximum rate. Shall I go to the next chapter, sir, or shall I continue, sir? Or anyone can ask any questions from GST.
Okay, I think let me ask the member participant. You are requested to ask the question also. For first half an hour, we have tried a new method, and the balance half an hour, we will do the answer or the reply to your question. If you have any question, kindly raise the question in the chat so that we can share our view. So the balance half an hour discussion would be not on MCQ, it would be on your question. So it is okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You can stop the sharing.
Okay, sir.
So the people what really enjoyed, it looks like. So all are active in the reply, and all, I think 20-30 participants are giving the reply for every question. Approx. Very nice, sir. It shows the engagement level that you can keep and control in the live discussion. So that's a very nice. So members are requested to raise any question if they have. And also tell how much this new practice, which is started by the VRS sir, how you look like.
It's very great pleasure, sir. And one more good news, sir. Yes, sir. I will open a new branch in another state also in the next 10 to 15 days, sir. I am planning to open.
Which state?
I'm in Pondicherry. I will open in Chennai.
Oh, congratulations, sir, from educating team as well.
New branch, yes, sir. And daily, I always used to say that daily we have to sit with the books at least 4 hours per day.
At least?
At least 4 hours per day. Yes, sir.
My request, every member should listen this word. See, senior person are also saying this, that you do the reading at least 4 hours in a day.
It will be investment to us only. It will be an investment only to us. It is not a spending of time. It is an investment in investing the time. How can we understand in easy language actionable claim under GST? Sir, actionable claims are not subject to tax except something, sir. It is given in under Schedule 1, sir, of CGST Act. Is it mandatory to select a RACs?
Not clear, sir. We are not clear with the question. Ashwin Thakurji, I request that kindly raise the question once again by giving the clarity. Select RACs means not clear. So Praveen Solanki ji, MIS duty script supply under exempted supply can be liable for reversal of common ITC. Praveen ji, the point is, they see, it was added in the explanation to the Rule 43 in July 2022. See, there are two parts. The first part, it was added in July 22 that it is not considered as exempted from this date. Now there is one view that because it is inserted on a particular date, July 22, so it will have the forward effect. So it is not the retrospective, it is the prospective. There is the one view, but if I will go with this view, I need to reverse my common ITC. Second view, which I feel that every consultant or every taxpayer should follow this for the time being, because they have added in the explanation. And because they have added in the explanation itself is a clarification in the nature, and all clarification would have the retrospective effect, meaning thereby the explanation which they have added in the July 22 in the Rule 43 explanation, that it will not considered as exempted, it will have the retrospective effect. So you are not required to reverse your ITC. And one more thing I like to add, let's say it is prospective. Let's say it is prospective, no problem. But whether there is any common ITC, see, the problem is, if simply I have the exempt supply, do I need to reverse? In my view, answer is no. Why, sir? Sir, there has to be the common ITC which is being used for taxable and used for exempted. Then only 17.2 will come into the picture now. If there is 1-to-1, taxable 1-to-1 exempted, no requirement of reversal. Now try to identify or try to see the nature of the MEIS script. Are you doing anything for that earning MEIS script? Answer is no. You are doing only for the export, which is taxable supplies. You are doing only for the export, which is taxable supplies. Now, because of export, there is some script which is accrued, and you are getting the revenue which is exempted. Because there is no supply which is linked to the MEIS. So this is my second thought, that there is no reversal would come into the picture. So considering both, it is not required reversal at all. So go by this rule, let them fight, let them department raise the notice, take the notice, go the appeal, etc. But you should not accept the reversal part. Sir, next question over to you. VRS, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, export invoice me GSTR 1 me FOB value आ गया.
मैं बोलता हूँ, sir. I'll speak because sometimes the people are raising the question in Hindi. So I will speak for you. I will convert. So he's saying, sir, certain export invoice in the GSTR1. So he's asking whether we should report as FOB value or we should report as CIF value in case of the export in GSTR1.
FOB only, sir.
FOB only.
Yes, sir.
So Yogesh, you have to write FOB only, and also see the invoice now, how you raise the invoice. Next question, I'll take the next question, sir.
Yeah, please, sir.
Chopra ji, if I am change my registered office file the amendment, but officer rejected my application कि old address पर verification कर my number block कर सकता है या मेरा file application करे 30 days. So that is the problem, Asu Chopra ji. See, what VRS, sir, I like to share the problem. See, nowadays these problems are being faced by a lot of taxpayers. I like to add my new place of business in the same registration, or I have changed my place. So I am doing the core amendment in the registration application. But officer is rejecting that application and saying that whether there is any verification happen for the old address. If not, then because of the non-verification, they are blocking, or they are rejecting, and they are blocking the GST number also. So whether they have the right or not, I would like to listen your view on this. And similar type of the problem, lot of problems are there. So I would say, sir, kindly share your guidance on this.
Yes, sir. Generally, they are not rejecting the registration because of insufficient documents. It may be happened in the new registration, but not because of some amendments. Because amendments is generally for the existing businesses. For the new registration, in case of other authentication is not valid, they'll come for the field visit, and if the place is not suitable or any documents is not sufficient, then they will reject. In case of running business, they have to approve. If any rejection because of any insufficient documents, they can ask for the further proof. We can give further proof within time limit. Some examples of 15 days or 7 days, we can go for that. Hence, in the case of running business, it is not possible to reject the registration premises, registered premises.
Perfect. Should I move to the next question, sir?
Yeah, please, sir.
Sir, I am taking the next question. Is it mandatory to select the tax rate for the RCM outward supplies entered in the GSTR1 or only for the basic commodity sufficient? See, the problem is, Ashwin Thakkarji, in my view, it should be reported in the respective tax rate. Why I am saying so? The reason, suppose I am advocate and I am registered in the GST and you are my client on which I am raising the tax on, let's say rupees 1 lakh. When I will report in my GSTR1, I'm not required to discharge any tax, correct? Because it is covered under RCM. How to report? When I will enter in the GSTR1 B2B transaction, I will select one checkbox which talks about that outward supplies attract RCM. So which is nothing but the table 4B. I have seen multiple taxpayer. What they are doing? They are putting the taxable value against 0%. My suggestion would be, please put against actual tax rate. Why, sir? The reason is because when I will enter rupees 1 lakh against 18%, this transaction would appear in your GSTR2A as well as it appear in your GSTR3B table 3.1.D, by which it will create the liability. So it is better that officer would also be able to understand that you need to pay the tax. Once I, supplier, has selected that checkbox, so rest to be sure, there is no liability. So this is my view. If you have any counter argument, kindly share, we'll discuss. And meanwhile, I would request sir to take the next question, sir.
Yes, sir. Is there no consignment note of freight paid? So we have to pay RCM. Sir, for GTA only we have to pay RCM. For GTO, it is not required to pay RCM. Whether it is GTA or GTO, please kindly confirm. And in case of single consignment, it will not be. It will not exceed 750. If below 750, it is not required to pay. Even in the case of GTA, kindly confirm whether it is GTO or GTA, and you please classify rightly whether it is carriage outward or freight outward, or carriage inward or freight inward. You please, please classify accordingly. Otherwise, if you show as freight inward, it will be treated as RCM. Accordingly, you please classify your expenses. 2017-18 notice given for 3B and 2A differences, only 4,000 rupees. How to give replacer? Based on the case law, Supreme Court case law, Bharati Airtel case, you can give very right replay that 2A is
I
not
think there is
a
some voice problem, sir. There is some voice problem.
Act is apparent and oh, yes, sir. Sir, is it audible, sir, now?
Now it is audible, sir. Could
Sir,
you
is
please
it audible? Okay, sir. Based on the Supreme Court case law in Bharati Airtel case, 2A is not a return at all. It is only for comparison purpose, and Act is a parent and rule is a child. Without Act, the rule is not valid, and hence 2A is not a rightly comparable report, and hence it is not required to pay. If we have sufficient proof that documentary evidence, payment proof, and receipts of goods, all the 4 conditions, if all are valid, then it is a valid ITC only.
So GTA issued the tax invoice at the rate of 12%, but no declaration in the tax invoice. Please clarify which declaration you like to say that he has opted forward charge. Is it so?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ideally, this declaration has to be there. Kindly discuss with your supplier. Otherwise, you can hold the taxes. The reason is because it is not in line with the requirement of the GST law. So it may come your liability in the future, probably. So Asu Chopra ji, I am dealing, sir, over to you, sir. I am dealing tax-free goods. I claim the ITC. The same was not revised.
And same not utilized ITC. You have to reverse simply.
So Correct. You are simply reverse, and whether interest would be there, answer is no. Na?
Interest for
Not
wrongly,
utilizing.
yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
Not
for wrongly utilized only the interest will be.
correct. Absolutely correct. Praveen Solanki is saying table number 5 help clarify. GSTR 3B table number 5 is simply talking about inward exempted supplies, inward supply which is being received from composition, and inward supply which is being exempted or non-GST or means nil rated.
Not,
if you have this type of the inward supply, correct? Let's say I have received the nil rated supplies, or I have purchased something from composition dealer, then you need to report. Sir, next question, Asu Chopra ji, over to you, sir.
Do we have to generate e-way bill in following scenario? Even if the goods value of ₹1, stock transfer from branch in the same state to stock transfer to my branch interstate. Interstate, even though it is ₹1, it is required to generate e-way bill because it is like a job, or just simply stock transfer from one state to another. If in the same state also, it is better to generate e-way bill if it is a taxable goods. Sir, RCM threshold limit is removed now. Very
Yes.
single rupee of freight charges.
That 750 and 1500 has been removed from the exemption notification, serial number 21. It has been removed. Now, if I am making the payment of ₹1 also, I need to pay tax under RCM. That is correct, sir. So I think we were discussing about the slight older provision. No problem, sir. Sir,
E-invoice for export sales, the product which is exempted.
E-invoice for
export sales
is the product which is exempted. So, therefore, sir, first, if you are exporting the exempted item, your document would be bill of supply. So, let me put in this way. If I am making the exempt supply, then I will prepare the bill of supply. Okay, because I'm not required to make the tax invoice because it is not the taxable. And if I refer the principal notification of that particular 13 number, if I'm not wrong, regarding the e-invoicing, it says only for the taxable item, which is B2B plus which is export. So prima facie, my view, if you are exporting exempted item, in that case, you are not required to prepare the e-invoice as per the notification. But I would suggest kindly read the notification once again, in also the certain FAQs, and re-verify. That is my request. Correct.
Yes.
Sir, Praveen, sir, Isan Bansal, sir, could you please highlight on
yes, sir.
Isan Bansal?
Any time limit to issue e-invoice. As and when the removal of goods, it is required to be.
Very
in the
true.
case of goods. Yes.
See, Sanji, I would say one problem, one big problem which I feel. Because if I refer the rule 48 sub rule 4 and 48 sub rule 5, correct now?
Yeah.
It says that if you are liable to make e-invoice, then any other document which you prepare, which is not considered as invoice at all. So it means on the date of the removal, if you preparing the invoice and e-invoice ka provision is applicable, you cannot make that invoice. Your invoice must have IRN and QR code. And what is the problem? The problem is the recent clarification that if your turnover is greater than 100 crore, then you need to generate within 7 days. And after that, it has also been removed. The problem is why there is so relaxation, because as per the law, it is clear you have to prepare in the manner in which it is being specified in 48.4. So if it is being specified in e-invoicing manner, there is no days. But the problem is certain FAQ of the CBIC and a certain clarification which they have given on 13th of this month. And after that, it has been removed also. But this is a problem which I feel, and fully agree with VRS sir, that on the date of the removal, you have to prepare e-invoice.
I am registered in GST. I purchased mobile for my company. Mobile price is 1,20,000, but supplier not issued e-way bill.
Oh, yes, sir. This problem is very time coming. I would request kindly highlight, sir, kindly guide on this. Sometimes we are receiving taxable supplies more than 50,000, but we are not getting. So is there any problem on recipient for taking ITC or something like that? So I would listen. We would like to listen to your view on this.
If the goods moved in motor vehicle, it is required. If they don't want to give any e-way bill, it is better to move non-motorized vehicle. Otherwise, it must be required to generate e-way bill.
Okay, but if the supplier is not giving, then what to do, sir, in this scenario? Let's say I have received the material and I know that, as you told, sir, I know that it is being moved through motorized vehicle. Okay. And but he is not giving. What to do in that case? So, because goods has been reached to my factory or my gate, what to do? So this is practical problem which the people are saying.
It's the main responsibility is with the supplier only. The second responsibility is with the recipient and transporter. While at the entrance or at the door of the supplier, it may go to the supplier's liability. It is very difficult, but it is better to generate e-way bill because it exists 1 lakh or
Correct. So I also feel so that in future might be they can deny that you have not received the goods at all because there is no inward movement of e-way bill.
because
Something
of
like that.
yes, because of non-generating e-way bill, they both will face penalty consequences like that in future.
Correct. Very true, sir. Very true. Asu Chopra ji has asked another question. I filed my GST surrender application. Officer rejected my application. क्या मुझे अब forcefully business करना होगा? That is also the big problem for which I do not have. No one has the solution. See, the problem is, sir, I like to share one problem in the market which is going on at some location. Let's say I have applied the surrender application. Okay. I know the GST ka rules provision is saying that the day when I will surrender, my registration goes into the suspension and I am not required to file any return. Perfect.
Yes,
I am not filed any return. We have also seen that even more than 1 year, the application was in surrender mode. They have not approved at all.
okay.
Now what they are doing, this is some sort of the mistake which I have listened, not the mistake, intentionally mistake or intentionally creating the problem for the taxpayer. What they are doing, sir, they are approving. Whether my cancellation, no, sir. They are restoring my registration. And from backdate. Now, suppose my registration is become active since 1 year back. So what is the problem? I have to file all the return with all the late fees and then I have to submit surrender. Unnecessarily, there is a problem for making the payment of the late fees, but actually I am not doing the business at all. So these type of
and also in the case in the case of suspended registration, we could not raise tax invoice.
Right.
During the period of suspension.
Correct. So that is Asu Chopra ji, I can only say no solution.
No solution.
I would always suggest only one thing, that even if you surrender and not cancel, if system allow, always file nil GSTR 3B, nil GSTR 1. Always file. So at least in future, if something happen against you, no liability of late fees will arise. So that is, but you can check system whether it is allowing or not allowing, that you can check.
But if filing nil returns only for more than 6 months, the officers can cancel the registration, sir.
Sir, problem is he's not doing my cancellation. He is not doing my cancellation intentionally or not intentionally. And I want my registration to be cancelled. See, if you ask me, my personal registration more than 1 year before 1 year, I have applied for cancellation for my known person, not myself, for my known person, and still it is showing surrender, not approved. So fine. Sir, next question.
Which
There are lots
tax
of.
rate is declared in job or challan? For job or challan, the tax rate is 0. Recipient should generate e-way bill for mobile purchase if the supplier not
We have
generating.
discussed.
That's
We have discussed.
I am goods moving local bus. How to create e-way bill? Being it is a motorized vehicle, it should be.
Okay.
Have any penalty for non-filing of or filing of ITC 04? So far, it is not yet come. It is not a return at all, but late fee may come in future.
Correct.
Because
As of now, there is no interest. Absolutely correct. Sir, which question you are looking into?
Ashwin Thakkar, sir.
Okay, fine. I got it.
Time limit for case coming into GST scrutiny. As per the latest notification for the financial year 17-18, 31/12/2023, for the financial year 2018-19, 31/3/2024, and for the financial year 19-20, 36/2024 under section 73.
Correct. And you know the time limit. You all know the time limit of 74. That is 5 years to issue the order from the due date of annual return, which you can check. So, sir has clearly told that this is the extended time limit. Extended time limit, I can say, for 73 for initial these 3 years. Otherwise, the normal time limit is 3 years or 5 years in case of 73 and 74 respectively. Bank sold gold ornament in auction, and so bank is liable to collect GST and liable to issue the tax invoice and e-way bill too. Yes. See, point number 1, if it is a gold ornament, then as per the rule 138 sub rule 14 annexure, it is being given as an exemption other than artificial. So we know that there is a concept of immigrated jewelry. Recently, they have excluded from exemption. It means if it is an imitation jewelry, you have to prepare e-way bill. And other than that, as of now, there is no e-way bill requirement. So the question of e-way bill will not come into the picture. Liable to collect the GST? Yes. Answer is yes, because it is forward charge and it is not coming under RCM, neither 9.3 nor under 9.4. So it will come under forward charge. Absolutely correct. And bank is liable to collect the GST. So
If
the
I
last
give
question, please.
If I give the old gold and get the new gold, in which gold the tax will be levied, sir?
Right. Fine. Sir, I request last question for the day of Manmohan Singh Thakurji. I would hand over to you.
34/2023, क्या date का debit or credit note?
Let me convert. He's asking that can he raise the debit credit note ka e-invoice in the current date, but having the invoice date of 30th April 2023? Yes. Sir has told that as of now, see, so we have discussed in detail. If you go by law, it has to be prepared on the date of the removal. But as per the clarification given by the CBIC recently regarding the e-invoice, see, Manmohanji, try to understand. See, on the 12th, they have given one clarification on tax invoice. On 13th, they have one clarification that all document, tax invoice, debit note and credit note, correct? And after that, they have removed, meaning thereby combining all these clarification given by the GSTN, combining all these, I can say that you can generate e-invoice for tax invoice or debit note or credit note for any date. For 30th April 23, yes. Assuming the time limit to issue the credit note, we all know that you can issue till, you have to furnish till November after the end of the financial year. So that time limit would be applicable, but because you have raised the concern for the current financial year, so no problem. Isant Bansalji, delivery challan 55.4. Can we remove the goods of any amount? Answer would be, my view, yes. There is no written in the law, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
So I think it can be removed. Asu Chopra ji, the goods, sir, ये problem है. If the goods is being moved by metro or let's say by bus, private or any government bus, it is a motor vehicle. How to generate the e-way bill? No idea. I do not have any idea. So
Yes.
Asu Chopra ji will find out some solution. We'll check and discuss with someone and then get back to you on this part.
We will get the goods receipt at the entrance of the public vehicle like that. It is not possible, sir, practically.
See, suppose I am going by bus and carrying my goods in my, let's say, big bag. Okay. The value of the goods is more than 50,000 and the goods is not my personal. It is business goods. Okay. So because it is exceeding the value threshold limit, I have to prepare the e-way bill. Because it is motorized vehicle, so it is not covered in the exemption also. In that case, the problem is how to make the same, because part B, how to generate. So try to put, because I don't know. So frankly speaking,
metro is not motorized.
Why not motorized? Oh my God. It is electrified vehicle. So electrified vehicle is not covered in the Motor Vehicle Act. So if this is the case, then all the e-rickshaw will not require registration at all.
Yes.
All the e-rickshaw or e-vehicle, or let's say nowadays all vehicles are like electric vehicle. So they will not require registration because it is not motor vehicle. They are motor vehicle. So it's not necessary. They are moving by petrol or by diesel or by electric, doesn't matter.
Motor vehicles means registered under the Motor Vehicles Act.
Correct. ये मेरा view है. Ishan ji, I may be incorrect. There is no, see, one declaration I always give in my live discussion. See, whatever you are asking the question, we are try to share our view, which comes instantly. But it doesn't mean that we are always correct, because we all are a student. We all are reading GST and try to interpret and try to help the people who are asking the question. But we always request not blindly rely on the view which has been given by us. Always read, as sir has also initially suggested, at least give 3 to 4 hours on the book. Then only you can interpret in a better manner. So by this, again, I have to, there are 2-3 questions. Hello, sir. Goods sold to the customer and customer rejected the material. And we have received credit. We have raised credit now. However, material destroyed by us. However, material destroyed by us, and whether ITC to be reversed. Answer is yes. 17.5H. You need to reverse the ITC. If we make 10 bills for the day and each bill 40,000, then do we prepare e-way bill single party? Then 10. See, the problem is Chandni. The problem is only point that as per the law, it is not required because you have to see the single document. But the problem is you might fall under the modified intention because you intentionally do not like to make the e-way bill, and as a reason you have prepared the bill below 50,000. So always it is advisable not to do this practice. Make the e-way bill in all such cases of 10 bill, 10 separate e-way bill.
Mens rea should not be there. Geocoding address is mandatory.
Asu Chopra, I was just kidding, sir. Asu Chopra, thank you so much for your suggestion. I was just kidding. It's my relative and it's not possible for visit the department, but at least I have taken your view. Will share. Thank you so much. So I think Ishan Bansalji, geocoding address is mandatory, sir.
Yes, sir. Longitude and latitude they are asking for.
Is it mandatory?
Yes, sir. It is mandatory means at present, because based on that they will search for the fake registration, etc. Whether they are doing or not, it will give impact after 2 to 3 years only. They are asking for during the time of registration. They are asking for at the time of new registration. For the existing, we could not do now.
Fine. So by this, we are closing our live discussion of today. Thank you very much, sir, from the entire educating team for giving the valuable time and sharing the view on the multiple problems raised by the viewers and participants. And thank you, sir. And we'll also invite in future. And we really appreciate this MCQ of the presentation and the new thought to do the live discussion. That is really appreciable, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay, sir.